how's it going today? Thank you for joining me on this virtual open house. We're going to be looking at the Gallatin. Give me 1 second. Thank you, Chuck, for joining me. I'm a homeownership counselor here at Adair Homes. So I help you design your house and order it. And so I'm glad to be here.
Hey everybody, so as we initiate getting into this, if you have questions, please use the Q&A function, not the chat function. That'll be the one that I'm monitoring to answer your questions as we go through this. This is interactive, so it tends to work well when if you have a question, please feel free to ask it. You know, we can assist in multiple ways, and or kind of encourage you to call your local branch if there's something that we're incapable of doing. So we'll give her just about another 30 seconds. People are still adding to the attendees list. So we'll wait till that kind of quiets down, and then we will get started with the video of the home. And as I say that, it looks like it has pretty much quieted down. So thanks everybody for joining us today on our virtual 101 of the Gallatin Plan. My name is Chuck. I'm a regional sales manager for the Portland metro area, and this is Amanda Whiterock. I'm a home ownership counselor based out of our Aurora branch. She'll be taking us through the video and talking about this home in general. So with that said, let me turn it over to Amanda, and we will get started.
All right, thanks, Chuck. Let's just start out with kind of looking at the website and this Gallatin in particular. So everybody can see my screen, is that correct? Can you see my screen, Chuck? Okay, cool. So here's our Gallatin floor plan. You're gonna find that under our 2-story plans. It's just over 2,000 square feet. I'm gonna switch over here. 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, so lots of space to roam around in. You can see it starts here at $242,999. If we go ahead and as you're looking at our houses, you can tell that the exteriors are different. The home that we're going to be looking at today is going to be a signature, so you can see that right here. And you'll see that our Gallatin floor plan comes with a wraparound porch in this.
Amanda, I think you need to. Amanda, we're looking at your red line. You might need to switch screens.
Sorry. Okay, start that again. Now you can see it, right? Okay, cool. So the house that we're going to look at today is going to be a signature exterior, and you can see that you have the wraparound porch with the signature, so that's really nice. You can see we have different options for exterior. Now, when we're talking about exterior trim, it doesn't change anything in the house itself. It's going to be all outside. And then our beloved farmhouse also has the wraparound porch. Do you have any questions yet, Chuck?
We've got one, but I'm going to hold on to it until we get a little bit further in.
Okay, perfect. I feel weird because I'm looking over here. Does that look weird? No, kind of. Well, then I'm going to fix it really quick before we go any further.
When you're looking on the website, you can go to the variety of different build zones that we have. So at the top of adairhomes.com, there will be a little drop down menu to choose your area. And within there, you can see all of the elevations and floor plans that are available for your area. So the elevations are priced, the farmhouse costs a little bit different than the classic and things on those lines. But we'll present to you the base price of all those plans when you're on the website in the correct area.
Oh. Okay, now this should be better, right? You can see the floor plan. Okay, perfect. So let's see. Thank you, Chuck, for adding that about the different floor plans and stuff like that. So very first thing we're going to do is kind of take a look at this red line. So these are the things that the customer added to this house. So they did a lot of structural items, like there's a 9-foot plate height. So on your ground floor, you're gonna have 9-foot tall ceilings. They also did choose, you can see they did a little bit of electrical in here, added some can lights and a place for the fan to go in the master and great room. They did choose, I'm gonna have to flip this around, I think, yeah. This extra large it's a deep garage basically. So it's typically would end right here. So they have all this extra space out here in their garage. So you can see the red lines, we kind of marked up the floor plan. And then we send this to drafters and they send back everything added. So you can see they added their pendant lights. That garage looks different now. You've got your fans, your lights in there. So and the front of the house is here. So just the way this floor plan is, we have to keep switching back and forth, but you can see the wraparound porches right here also. All right, so should we hop into the video?
Yeah, absolutely. And then I guess we can pause. And William had a question, but it's a bit loaded and there's not a simple answer. How long is the building process?
That is a tough question to answer just because there's so much that goes into it. I mean, we would say start of the process to finishing your home is right around 12 months. But there's a lot of stuff that happens in there. Within the 12 months, we're going to work for at least 30 to 45 days to design your house. And then there's a 120-day period there where you're going to fund your loan. You're going to get your permits issued, get your site ready, and then we'll start building your house. So from the time we start building to finishing, it's around 150 to 170 days. Now that's in my area here out of Aurora. That may vary in other areas.
And then I'll add to that too. So William, it depends on where you're building. So if you're building out of the Aurora branch, by all means come and talk to one of the home ownership counselors, because different counties have different timelines for approving permits. Some counties you can breeze right through. Some counties make you validate that there hasn't been a gopher on your property in 14 years. So there's just different rules and regulations depending on where you're building. The actual structure is about 6 months. So 5 to 6 months to build the actual structure, but it's how long it takes to get through all those previous moments. So
thank you. So here we go. Ready? All right, so you can see the outside. I think they did just the colors. I love how fresh and clean it is. These homeowners in particular owned this property prior to us. They had a manufactured home. So it's a great position for them to be in to get this brand new house built there. So let's go ahead and start. You can see, yes, the garage door is not in yet when we did this video. And so there we go. We'll stop right here. So you can see that they put in their own fan. So what we do is we put the power to where the fan is going to be, and then they chose their fan. As we look at this house, this is standard carpet. So they did not pay an upgrade on that base price for this carpet, and it looks amazing. We'll go over here. This customer did do some upgrading to the trim. So this is our Craftsman trim package on that they did this on the base and around the doors. And then this is also standard flooring, so vinyl. It's amazing. I've owned this floor myself and it's so durable and you can't even tell that it's not actual wood. So that's a great product. You can see on this door here, we have some window paneling. Believe it or not, this is the only custom option that these people did in this home. So they do have the grids through all the windows. We'll stop right there. This is how we standardly finish our windows. So 4 sides of drywall. You can wrap the windows in millwork. You can do just like a seal with an apron. So you'd have your window sill here with a little trim underneath it. These guys just opted for what comes in the standard home. These are the appliances. Let's talk about appliances. You do receive your range, microwave hood, and dishwasher as a standard selection in your Adair home. So these are standard. This is going to be our electric glass top range, microwave hood, and then you can see the dishwasher also over here in the corner. These customers opt to upgrade their countertops. So this is a granite here. And then when you upgrade to granite, you're going to do an undermount sink. And they chose one that's open. You can do a farm sink, one that's divided down the middle here. So they do also have the painted white shaker cabinets, which is those were an upgrade that they went for. You can see, whoops, where did it go? I was going to talk about that your refrigerator is plumbed for water, so you can have water and ice. Looks like they did some low voltage wiring with some kind of surround sound. That's the only thing you can actually participate in terms of building the house.
That brings up a good point too. If folks are wondering how to put together a total project cost or anything along those lines, feel free to kind of ask some questions and things like that. But fundamentally, when we talk to customers about prices, there's 3 major components that go into any build. So one will be the property purchase. So of course, just whatever that is. One would be site development costs. How much is permits, excavation, utilities, so power, water, sewer, costs from the jurisdiction, or if you're a county property, how much is the well and septic costs? So there's a number of components that go into your development costs, and then of course the house is the 3rd component. Just to keep it very high level, we generally estimate, on an average property to expect about $60,000 in development costs. But obviously that is very dependent on the property itself. So I'd encourage you to reach out to a local office and talk about the property that you're interested in, or the property that you own already, to get a more detailed than a high level number there.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Now we're headed toward the master bedroom. This here is storage underneath the stairs. So utilizing all the space in the house. This here is a lovely half bath. So then there'll be a mirror put in right there. And this is looking into the primary bathroom. So we'll stop right here. So these customers, they opted to do a step-in shower, as opposed to what comes standard is going to be your tub shower combo. In this space right here, you can do a soaking tub, but they just wanted the open space. I have a feeling they'll probably put in some kind of freestanding tub down the road. So they did granite in their bathroom also, with some undermount sinks. And then there'll be a big mirror that goes right here also. Walk-in closet right there. And their master bedroom. So you can see the height of this ceiling here. That's the 9-foot plate height. That is an upgrade that they added.
And for customers that have like nice views and things like that, when you do a 9-foot plate height, we increase the height of the windows by 1 foot as well. So you get really big windows on a 9-foot plate height. We even increase the size of the sliding glass door to an 8-foot tall sliding glass door. So if you have a view property, it's a great structural option to go with.
Oh, there's a kitty. So you'll see this door with these little windows here. That's the door that comes along with the signature exterior. This is more storage in here. Then we're gonna go up the stairs.
Was anybody joining you today that was specifically interested in the Gallatin plan, or just general information? If you're interested specifically in this plan, feel free to fire us questions about it.
Here is their second bathroom. So as you look at this, the difference would be, so this is going to be a laminate countertop. So that's what comes in your standard selection of your home. And then that's an overmount sink. That is also where we start out with standard features. So still very nice. This is also your tub shower combo that is comes in your base price also. Nice bedroom.
William asked a question: what is the standard wall and stair width? What is the standard wall and stair width? I'm not sure if you mean by like hallway width or anything along those lines. I don't know that there is a standard per se. I want to say, if you have a scaled version by chance, Amanda, I'd say probably 36 inches. If you had
what are we talking about?
Hall, standard hallway widths, I want to say it's 3.5 feet. Every time I've ever measured it.
Yeah.
So whatever that would be, 42 inches. But from there we can modify it. So if you have a particular need or something along those lines that you want addressed, so some people, for example, are looking for like homes to age in place. That's one of the motivations that they're building. And so they want to kind of ADA accessible 3.0 doors throughout the interior of the home, curbless showers, extra lighting, like undermount lighting and things along those lines. So if that's the case, or it's something along those lines, we can absolutely tweak and modify the plans, adjust wall widths, adjust door widths, and make it suitable to whatever your needs might be.
So we are looking at the bonus room. So that's one of the things that makes the Gallatin so popular is you get 4 bedrooms and a big bonus room. So I don't know how large that space is. I'm gonna find, look really quick. So your bonus room is 19.9 by 14.9, so nice and big. And then we have 2 other rooms. Wait, no, we don't. That's a laundry room. So washer, dryer, furnace is in there also. Then a bedroom. And we're gonna go back downstairs and outside. So we'll talk about the exterior again a little bit. So going around back here.
I messaged a couple of our drafters to try to see if there was a standard stair and hallway width. I believe it's 42 inches, but I'm trying to validate that with the drafting manager. Okay, there we go. He answered 3 feet 2 inches is standard.
3
So
feet.
38 inches.
Gotcha. So as you're looking at this, you can see that the concrete isn't poured here. So that's one of the things that customers can get involved in is having their concrete poured for any porches, patios, and walkways. We pour your foundation and your garage floor. So kind of some of that sweat equity comes into play. Great way to save money and build equity by taking on, you know, just managing getting that concrete poured.
And Langdon had a question. Does the property need to be within a certain distance from one of the regional offices? So, so yes and no. So please feel free to share the property if you have a property already. But within 30 miles, when you look at the base price of a home online, that'll be good within 30 miles of a local office. If it extends beyond 30 miles, then there is some mileage fees that would accrue past 30 miles. So I can take a look if you've got a property in mind, and then there comes a point of where we just don't have a sub base that extends into, you know, very rural places. There's a limit to where we'll go and things like that. So again, if you've got a property in mind, share it with me and I'll take a look at the build map for you.
You can see these guys did some electrical, so we were very specific. We wanted this in a very that spot, so they're going to do some floodlights. So we can get really specific with what you're looking for. Back around the front. All right, that is.
I've been waiting for Brian to ask a question. Are you Brian of Brian and Doreen Johnson fame? It is possible for the garage to be detached. We would just do a custom option to separate the garage. Oh, darn it. I was working with some folks in Eugene, Brian and Doreen Johnson, but figured there's a lot of Brian Johnsons out there. So yes, I used to joke with customers, and it's not true, to be honest with you. A lot of people build houses because they can't find the garage that they want. So if that's your case and you want a large 3-car RV garage, double deep, all of those kinds of things, then yes, absolutely, we can detach the garage and do it somewhere else on the property, add a 3rd-car garage, and adjust the space of the garage according to whatever your needs might be. So yes to all the above. The HOC would just work with you on pricing it out. And actually, Amanda, why don't you kind of talk to them about sort of how we build a quote with customers between standards and upgrades and stuff like that, and
say that one more
transparency of
time.
Prices.
Say that one more time.
Oh, just how we build a quote between standards and customs, and then how we show the prices.
So yeah, we have upgrades that we can add, and we know the prices on those. Then we have what are called custom options. So these are going to be special things for you, like separating that garage off making it double deep. What's another really common one?
Patio covers.
Patio covers, yeah, different light fixtures, you name it. Those are the things that we're gonna put together what we're looking for, send it to our home office in Vancouver. They price it, then you decide if you want to add it or not. We do a bunch of upfront work with our customers, or I'll just talk for me, a bunch of upfront work with our customers because we want to know how much your home is going to cost with all the upgrades that you want. And then also what's it going to cost to get your site ready. So as long as all of those things are working together and it still feels like a good move, that's when we're going to move you into ordering your house. So you can clearly see how much everything costs before you're signing anything.
Yeah, and we'll give you just a line item quote, and you can take it home and prioritize, because everybody works within a budget or wants to keep within a certain budget and things like that. So we're transparent. We'll show you the prices that we're charging for all the features and options that we're gonna provide that's above our standard, and give you the opportunity to kind of choose the things that are most important to you, so you can kind of control your budget to a strong degree in those regards.
And to give you an idea, this house has around, hang on, I got to do some quick math. Has about $40,000 worth of upgrades.
And I'm going to guess a strong percentage of that went to the deep garage into the 9-foot plate height.
Yep, absolutely. A big percentage of it went to that.
And the wraparound porch
too. Yeah. So this house, everything considered, ended up being around $270,000. Now this was a few months ago. They moved in, I believe, in October. So, but yeah, can you imagine? They own their property, and what happens if you own properties? We're going to go ahead and refinance that, and then put the house cost in there. In terms of lending, we do have a preferred lender and sister company, Adair Financial Services. They are doing conventional and FHA loans with as little as 5% down. So.
And Ed and Renee have a great question we can talk about for a minute.
Okay.
Does Adair prepare the site, or do they have to get that done themselves?
So there's two different things that can happen. Traditionally, you are involved in getting your site ready for the house to go on. If you want to be less involved, then we do have a turnkey program that takes a lot of the responsibilities off your plate. It just depends on, sometimes, people that you can tap into your relationships and get a nice bid for getting the site ready. Or we have turnkey also, where we will do the work for you.
And I would say, just for, being straightforward with people and stuff like that. So should you guys choose to build a house, just know that it's a big deal and it's going to suck up your life to a certain degree, right? Like, you're going to be involved with it. It's a process. It is, you're going to be dealing with jurisdictions, and it's going to keep you busy. It's going to keep you busy. It's a great value. On average this past year, we've kept above a 20% appraisal between total cost and appraised value has been about 20% equity position that people are walking into. So financially, it's a great option to build a house, but it will absorb a proper amount of your time and energy to go through the process. So just know that before you enter in. It's
basically what you're going to be doing with your life for the next year once you start.
Yeah, it's an involved process.
Yep.
So we will, as far as the Ed and Renee are asking about building permits, we will prepare all the building permit documents for you, but you'll represent yourself with the jurisdiction. It tends to be a pretty simple back and forth as far as building permits go. With us preparing all the documents and having experience in the particular jurisdictions that we work in. I don't think it's onerous amount of time at all as far as running through that process. But what homeowners would work with independently of us is getting power to the property. So wherever power is at, no matter what, you'll be responsible for getting power to the site. working with the power company on that. And then while we have contacts for like septic and well things, we don't ever take responsibility for septic and well. So we can put you in contact with qualified professionals to do that and likely work with you on the septic permits and things along those lines. But Adair doesn't handle like septic permits ourselves or anything along those lines. I hope that answers your question. Langdon asks, is there any advantage or disadvantage in purchasing land first versus working with you and the land purchase together? I'll say my thoughts first on it. So a land purchase, if you're going to do a land purchase only, is typically a much higher down payment. I think it's about 25% with most lenders if you're going to do a land only purchase. So it's a significant down payment. Adair Financial Services will purchase the land, pay for your development costs, and pay for your house at a 5% down payment. So there's that. Now there's variables in there though. If you have a difficult piece of land that needs a lot of development and you know it's going to take time, if you know that it needs a special permit because it's zoned a little wonky and that's going to take time, those might be reasons why you would just purchase the land first. If you did that, they'd allow you to leverage the land as part of your down payment, in the future. But the home, everything's just going to get more expensive. So if you don't have those challenges, I would say do it all at the same time and spin all the plates at once, because you'll never get a better price than today. I promise you from the bottom of my heart, prices will never go down.
We got more?
Yeah, Jim's land is 56 miles from Crestwell. Jim, it depends on the house plan. The larger the plan, the more the mileage fees. If you, I'll tell you what it is for this plan. Oh, Amanda, why don't you mention some of the changes that we're going to be doing probably this week as far as what we include in the house and what we don't include in the house?
Yeah, big changes coming up. So we're going to change our specs basically. So specific to like more lighting choices as upgrades, then we're going to include cleanup. So that right now is a customer responsibility. Dry down. So that's basically, we have to make sure your house is a certain dryness to move on in the process. So we're going to take that on. Adair Homes is going to take that on also. And paint right now, exterior and interior paint, that's something that the homeowners can do on their own, and we're going to include that in our base price. And faucets, new faucets, so we're going to have some brushed nickel, oil rub bronze, and now we're going to add a matte black also, because that's really popular. So pretty exciting changes coming down the line.
And then I would add, we've been around a long time. I don't remember the year. Was it 1969?
1969.
Yeah, 1969. We built a lot of houses. We're trying to provide we're trying to find the balance, right, between the best value for the customer and the best possible experience. And what our survey data told us is the customers hate a few things. They hate cleanup and debris removal. So we're now going to pick up all the cleanup and debris removal. Customers do not like painting their houses, or they're very disappointed in the quality of work that they provide when they do it themselves. Customers do not like dry out. It just takes a lot of time. And then at the end of the build, we'll provide a final cleaning because you're tired. It's been a year-long process and you're ready to move in. And so we're going to provide a final cleaning of the home to help ease you into your new home. All things that we're rolling in just from feedback from customers.
Perfect. Did you find the mileage?
I did. So on this plan at 56 miles, it's a $9,000 difference.
And that just goes into your home order.
Yep. Okay, we're approaching last call. So if anybody has any questions, get to typing.
Yep.
All right, there we go. No additional savings for cash buyers. You'd be surprised. Probably half of our homes are cash transactions. Okay, excellent.
We're good?
Well, thank you, Amanda, for hosting the event today. We'll post this if anybody kind of joined midstream or anything like that. This will be posted on YouTube, on our webpage on YouTube. And I'd encourage you, if you have a specific plan that you're interested in, we've got a ton of virtual open houses on YouTube. So you can see more specifics about a specific plan that you're interested in there. So go there. And then short of that, so much of this stuff is dependent on the area and the property that you're building with. So if you haven't done so already, I would strongly encourage you to call your local office, reach out to them and start the conversation. It's no cost. And you know, the homeownership counselors are really there to help people plan and getting through the build and things like that. So it's not like it's some high pressure sales situation. They're really there just to assist you should you choose to want to build a house and getting into your home.
Yep.
Springfield, Oregon, the closest office is in Cresswell, Oregon. You talk to Jake or Katie.
Mm-hmm.
If the property has a slope, we'll go out there and measure the grade change and provide you a price estimate for handling that slope. The downhill slope is I would say personally a little bit easier to work with than an uphill slope. So it depends on the slope that you've got. But at a site visit, you know, one of the services we provide is when we're in the process, once you've taken the appropriate steps, we'll send a superintendent to the property and they've got tools to measure how much slope is on your build footprint and things like that. And they've got calculations that they can run to tell you what that's going to look like from a cost perspective. And then if you want, instead of just having a large crawl space, if you want like a finished or an unfinished daylight basement, then we can run you through our custom home program. And we would specifically price out like what a basement, depending on how large it is that you want on that property. So depends on the route you want to go. But we could do it. We could do it either way. Okay. All right, everybody, thank you very much for your time. And we appreciate you joining us for our open house today.
Yeah, thank you guys. I'd love to help you out. I'm in the Aurora office, so thank you so much for joining and taking part in our virtual open house.